Uh, in our meeting today, we are going to talk about amazing stories in the Quran. And those stories usually they are not really mentioned too much. You know, people they focus in the blood and the killing, but people ignore that in the Quran there's a lot of very fun and funny parts. And like we always speak about Islam teaching violence, etc. But there is a side in the Quran which usually nobody speak about, and that side is the fairy tale stories. It's really amazing how the fairy tale stories play a high, or let us say an extent, special rules in Islam. We heard of Ali Baba, and we heard of Alice in the Wonderland, and we heard of the Lord of the Rings. Actually, all those stories, each one of them, I can't find you an equal story for it in Islam. When I say I can find you an equal story for it in Islam, I mean it. So today we are going to talk about this issue. Maybe some of you, maybe few, maybe many, I'm not sure how many of you knows that the Quran speak about the flying carpet. Now the flying carpet simply present a fictional story of magic, where somebody was able to get a magical carpet where he sit in it and she fly. He ordered the carpet, it goes. I don't know if I can say she. So it goes. And you order the carpet to take you wherever you wish, and then the carpet will take you, which is very fantastic. I am sure many of you wish to have such a carpet. However, look like in the Middle East, we have a lot of them. And I am coming from the Middle East myself. Actually, any story you can imagine, I can't find it for you in the Quran. Anything have to do with fiction, and like name something for me. Give me one. Give me one. You mentioned the Lord of the Ring. I will show you the example. Give me one. Another one. What else? What do you have in mind? Anyone? Anyway, so look like you guys are out of them. As an example, what about the fountain of life? Alice in the Wonderland. Alice in the Wonderland. When she go in the roots of the trees, what she drink? Anyone remember? How she changed her size? She drank something, right? She drank her, something in her. When she get in, she's so big. The doors are so small. So there's a water and there's a cheese. In Islam, there is the same. When a Muslim he go to heaven, there is two springs of water waiting for you. One of them is a spring of life. You drink from it, and that will make you live forever. And the other one is a spring which will going to change your look. First of all, you will become white, because no black person is allowed in the heaven of Allah. Number two, your size will increase, and you will turn to be 60 arms tall. It's exactly what happened in Alice in the Wonderland. The only difference, Alice, she was white, so her color did not change. So you exchange your size, or you drink the water, and then your size will change. Now, the fountain of life exists in many legions. The fountain of life exists in many legions. So let us see where is the fountain of life can be found. If we go in the Quran, let us go to the Quran first. Hold on. If you go in the Quran and you read, as an example, chapter 18, chapter 18. In chapter 18, we will find a very nice stories to tell to kids. And you can start reading. Actually, I advise anyone who want to see how funny and how much the fairy tale stories is involved in Islam, read the chapter 18. I advise you all. All right. Now in chapter 18, you will see something very funny. You will see the story of Venus as an example, and we mentioned that before. The story of Venus, where the angels, they say to Allah, are you going to create someone who is going to do mischief in earth, and etc. And then Allah wanted to prove them wrong. And then we will find in the hadith, the story, or in the Muslims books, how Allah, he sent two, he said to the angels, choose two of you and I will give them temptation and I will send them to earth, and then let us see what they will do. And then they went down and they found Venus, and Venus, she did tempt them, and then they did have sex with her, and the story, etc. And then Venus became Venus as the planet we know, because when she received the password to enter the heaven, or to pass out of the earth, when she was flying after she have sex with the two angels, Allah, he heard the news, and Allah, he cursed Venus and he make her a planet. All right. Now today we will talk about something different. Actually, as long as we mention the story of the fountain of youth, and let us start with this story, even though this was not really a plan. What the Quran says about a man, his name is Al-Khudr. Al-Khudr is a word meaning green, as simple as that. Khudr is a word mean green. Now we know that water always bring greenery to life, and this is not something new. I mean, you do not need to be genius to know that. But the Quran speak about a person who is a green, and why he is a green, or let us say he make anything he touch a green. In the Quran, we have a very weird story. Either we can read it in chapter 18, or we can read it like in other sources. However, if we go to chapter 18, we will find the following. Oh, I forgot, I should show you in English, sorry. You can choose any translation of your choice. For me, all of them, they are the same. All of them, they are shish kebab. They are very funny and very stupid. In that story, according to the Quran, Moses, he was talking to Allah, and Allah and Moses, they have a conversation. So Moses, he said, if there is someone better than me, Allah, who knows more about you and have knowledge, Allah, he said to him, sure, I have someone. Moses got upset. He said, who? He said, I have one of my servants, which is a prophet. He is a lot knowledgeable than you. So Moses, he said, What is his name? Where I can find him so I can learn from him. So Allah told Moses, you keep walking in that direction until you find where the two seas they meet. Two seas they do meet. And there you take with you a whale, or let us say a big fish, according to the Muslim story, even though it says a whale, but I will go with them when translate. They say it's a fish, which is more logical. How you can carry a fish, I mean a whale. However, it's not logical to believe it's a fish, because we will see that they will ride the fish and they will go through the oceans. According to the story, when Al-Khadr, sorry, Moses, he go to look for Al-Khadr, the prophet Green, or prophet Mr. Green, he did not find him anywhere, but he did, just like he did not know an address, there's no housing or anything. Just go to where the two seas meet, and then you will find that person. How? Take with you a whale and put him in your bags, and then when the whale is missing, then go and follow the whale or follow the fish, and then the fish will lead you to Al-Khadr. Now what happened, according to the story, actually, why I want to mention to you the story like this, let us go to Ibn Kathir and see what Ibn Kathir says about it. This is Ibn Kathir, Stories of Moses by Ibn Kathir. I don't want the Muslim to say I'm making things up, So according to the stories of Ibn Kathir, the reason of Moses' conversation with the boy servant Yeshua is the slave or the servant of Moses. And look, in the story they are giving him even a Jewish name, was that had been told about of the servant of Allah at the junction of the two seas, who had knowledge which Moses had not been granted. So he wanted to travel to meet him. To meet who? Remember, to meet the prophet Al-Khadr. All right, so here we find the story starting from here, that Moses is going in a, let us say, in an education trip, and the purpose is to meet with Mr. Al-Khadr, who is supposedly extremely educated, far beyond anyone like Moses. So Moses is going there to learn from him so he can earn education. So Moses, he said to himself, I will not give up. I will not give up. I will not give up looking for him. So this guy is traveling. I will not give up. Meaning I will keep on traveling until I reach the junction of the two seas. Meaning the place where the two seas meet. Meaning if I have a travel for very long time. Ibn Jarir said, some scholars in Arabic language said Hukub or Hukub means a year in the dialect of the tribe of Qais. Then narrated by Abdullah, etc., that the word Hukub mean 80 years. Imagine, Moses is traveling for 8 years. Mujahid said 70 years. How many years Moses lived? Ali bin Abi Talha reported, and Ibn Abbas said that it's mean a lifetime. Oh man, things is getting crazy. But when he reached the junction of the two seas, he forgot their fish. You remember? Allah told him to take a fish with him, so he put the fish in his back, and then when when he arrived to the junction of the two seas, he wanted to check the fish, and the fish was not there. And what a horrible news! He had been commanded to carry a salted fish with him, so this is for sure a dead fish, and had been said to them, when you lose the fish, that will be a sign that you have reached the right place. Wow, that's something. So how the GPS of Musa's will work? Very simple. When they lose the fish, they will know that this is the place where they should look around for the Prophet Al-Khadr, which means the Prophet green. So when they lose it, is a sign that here is the place where we should look for him. So, but when they reach the junction of the two seas, they forgot their fish. Look what happened here. They did not lose their fish, they forgot their fish. What a horrible mistake. How you can forget the fish? He had been commanded to carry a salted fish with him, and it had been said to him, when you lose the fish, that will be the sign you have reached the right place. So they set out and travel until reach the junction of the two seas, and then where there was a spring called Ainul Hayat. If you know what Ainul Hayat mean in Arabic, you will really laugh. Ainul Hayat mean the fountain of life. The fountain of life. Now here I need to ask myself a question. I mean, Moses and his servant with him, and there is no people around. How they knew that this fountain is called the fountain of life? The fountain of life exists in old legends. You can go and search for it. You will find it in the Persian legends. You can find it in the Aramaic legends, in the Indian legends. It's all over, spread all over. It's a fancy fantasy about people looking for. Actually, all of us, we watched the Pirate of the Caribbean, didn't we? All right. So the Pirate of the Caribbean actually is just a story. And like all the movies you see, actually, it's something been written before. It's not something new, you know. Like the only new is about maybe even time travel exists in legend before. Even flying a spaceship, even one day it used to be fiction, and today they are, because of science and technology, they were able to do many of those. But for sure, it's not a magic. So in the Caribbean, part of the Caribbean, we will see how the pirates and even government and some officials in the British government, they are fighting over reaching to the fountain of life. Who want to get the water so he can get youth and etc. And they want to control the chest of this guy, whatever. It's amazing stories. But here, this is God speaking. God of Islam believe that there is a fountain of life. If you drink from it, you live forever. And by the way, Al-Khadr, the reason he is called Al-Khadr, because wherever he set, he make everything green. Why he make everything green? Because he drank from the fountain of life. And because he drank from the fountain of life, whatever, anything he touched, even the dry grass, will turn green again. Now let us read together what happened when they arrived to the fountain of life. I hope, guys, the text for you is clear and you can read with me. So they found Ainul Hayat, which is the spring of life, as you see, the spring of life. This is the spring of life, which if you drink it, you will be called Mr. Green. Why? Because your life will turn green. Anything you touch will turn green. Then they went to sleep there. It's very normal. I mean, imagine you are traveling for 70 or 80 years and finally you arrive to the fountain of life. For sure you will sleep there. The fish felt and dropped off the water. Oh no, oh no, what happened? The fish dropped in the water. What water? In the fountain of life. So it came back to life. Man, that's deep. Guys, do you see what's happening here? How the salted fish came back to life? The fish dropped in the fountain of life, spring of water. And because this is the fountain of life, I mean, think about it. It's normal for the fish to come back to life, even though it's salted and is dead for maybe a year ago. By the way, I don't like to say that to people, you know, but between me and you and people in YouTube and Facebook and Twitter, etc., just between us, I used to be dead, and once I fell in the fountain of life. I was dead like for 10 years, and then Musa's I was the one who's holding the tail of that fish. It's a big fish. So when the fish fell down, I fell down with it, and I drank the water, and I became alive again. True story. So here, Yeshua is a servant of Musa's. Yeshua is a person who is a Jew. He is a servant of Musa's. For sure, they have to give him a Jewish name because Musa is a Jew. Otherwise, the story will be fishy. Like imagine you call him Abdul, and his name and Musa's is a Jew. So they have to give him. So the fish fell down in the water and came back to life. Now, you know, maybe some of you is laughing, but this is serious. Please show respect to the teaching of Allah. I mean, if you think that there's no fountain of life exists, you can drink from it, then explain to me why the movie The Pirate of the Caribbean is speaking about it. It must be true, even though I saw it in cartoon. So how do you explain that? All right. Then the story continues. After the fish fell down in the water, and remember, the fish is a salted fish. Guys, don't forget that. The fish is a salted fish. So there's no way the fish was alive. This is maybe 1 year old fish, or maybe 2 years. When you the salted fish is an old method. Until now it's used in many places in the world, especially in Asia, to store your food, especially meat. So you can salt a fish, you can salt a bird, you can salt any kind of meat. Just add salt to it, because simply salt will not allow any bacteria to live in the meat, or to get to damage the meat. So the salted fish, as you see, they are commanded to carry the salted fish for a reason, because Allah wanted them to carry a dead fish. He didn't want them to carry a living fish. Salted fish, they will travel for long. And here I ask myself, I mean, so they are carrying food, except one fish is not, the duty of this fish is not to be eaten, it is the GPS. This was the GPS of Allah. You carry with you a salty fish, and then when you arrive, when you lose the salty fish, that means you arrive to the place. So when they arrive to the fountain of life, they don't know really yet that they arrived to the place yet. So they reached the junction of the two seas, where was a spring called Ainul Hayat, which means the spring of life. They went asleep there, and look what happened when they are asleep. While they are asleep, the fish, which obviously Allah, He made the fish jump in the water, because imagine the fish is dead anyway. I mean, how the fish can drop in the water? The two men are dead. How the fish went into the water? Hello? Now, how a dead fish was able to dump in the water herself? This is something the Muslim they have to figure out, because I understand that the fish, after she dropped in the water, became alive. But how the fish took herself from the back and dropped herself in the spring of water? Something here is missing in this story, right? But anyway, as all cartoon movies, I mean, who care? Right? Who care? I mean, like, just let it go. So the fish was able somehow, even though it is dead, salted fish, to drop itself in the salty water. Please say takbir, Allahu Akbar, because obviously this is the miracle of Allah. Then when the salted fish dropped itself in the water, automatically she drank, or water from the fountain go inside her body. So it came back to life. So what the Quran is teaching us, and the Muslims explanation, that that water, it doesn't matter who you are, even if you are a fish, if you drink from it, even if you are dead, you will come back to life. And not only that, you will live forever. This is why we see in Islamic resource, it says that Al-Khadr, he was one of the sons of Noah, actually one of the sons of Adam. But Al-Khadr was with Moses, and Al-Khadr, he attended the funeral of the Prophet Muhammad, and that explains why this guy is alive. He don't die. He is like Adam, Moses, Muhammad. He is everywhere. Yeah, you can ask question, but please just keep the question in the topic. So here we will see it was in a vessel with Yeshua. Who was in the vessel? The fish. Upon him peace, and it jumped out of the vessel. Like, hold on, Muslims, hold on. I mean, I don't know who is the stupid here. How the fish is dead and the fish jumped out of the vessel? Is the fish in the spring of water, or the fish is in the just let it go. Somebody is asking me a question. Hold on, let us see what the question first. What the question? Flat blogger, he's saying, between the junction of the two seas, if there is a spring of water, was seas or those? According to the Muslim interpretation, my friend, you will not believe it. Honest to God, you will not believe it. According to this, it was the Persian Sea and the Mediterranean. I mean, have you ever heard the Mediterranean meeting with the Persian Sea? But this is in their interpretation, so don't blame me for that. I can show you, actually, this is from their own interpretation. All right. It is the Mediterranean and the Persian Seas. Anyway, as long as you are asking me, we can go there right now and check it out. If we go to chapter, I believe this can be found in chapter 1860. So let us go there. Clean the screen. 60. This is the official government website of the Kingdom of Jordan. Nothing of my own. So nobody says. All right. I hope the text is coming clear from your side, guys. Let me make it bigger. Okay, guys, can you read it or no? Let me know, please. Can you read it or no? Does it say here, where is the Persian Gulf and the Mediterranean Sea? Meet? Okay, how in the world this happened? How the Persian Gulf meet with the Mediterranean Sea? I want to know. Go in the map right now and look at them. Between them, there is many countries. We have Iraq, we have Syria, we have the Gulf, all of it. How they meet together? Anyway, welcome to Islamic countries. I mean, no question can be asked. Just take it as it is. Pure geographic. Actually, this is, I heard this before in National Geographic, that the Mediterranean Seas and the Gulf, they meet together. At least every Friday for dating. So anyway, oh Lord. And here actually you find with me the same story appearing in Ibn Abbas. Do you see what it says? Allah mentioned in the story, let me be sure that you guys, you can read everything here. I'm trying my best to make you see the text clear. All right, now I think you can see it, all of it. This is Tafsir Ibn Abbas, the cousin of Muhammad, and no Muslim can complain about that. Now you will see here it says Allah then mentioned the story of Moses with Al-Khadr. So it happened that it come to Moses' mind that there was no servant. There's what? No servant. He is more educated than Moses, or he knew about Allah as Moses. So Moses is so proud. This is what come to his mind. What you can do, you know. And on the faith of the earth, who is more knowledgeable than him. And Allah said to Moses, I have a servant on earth who is more obedient to me and more knowledgeable than you. Moses was like, what? He is more obedient and more knowledgeable than me? Imagine you say that to Christian Prince. You say to him, there is someone is more knowledgeable than you about Islam. Christian Prince is like, what? What? Who is that? Give me his name. Give me his Facebook page. Who is he? So Moses gets so excited and he wanted to know, who is this guy who is more knowledgeable? Very logical. So and his servant is Al-Khadr. Now Allah, he gave him the name. Oh boy. Moses, he thought, oh, I want to kill myself. There's a guy, his name is Al-Khadr, is more knowledgeable than me. What the heck? How this happened? So Moses said, oh Lord, guide me to him. Moses, by the way, he have a plan. Did you ask yourself why he is saying guide me to him? This guy is a Jew. Obviously, he will go there and he will try to sell him some, I don't know, like some jewelries and get his knowledge from him in return. So he said, take with you salted fish and walk along the seashores. What? Wait. Hold on. Where Moses used to live. walk along the seashore. Where is that? If Moses was in Egypt, that will make the seashore is the Red Sea. If Moses, or maybe he was in Alexandria, that will make it the Mediterranean, or if he was in Israel. But what does have to do with the word Majma'ul Bahrain? Guys, you know what Bahrain mean? Anyone knows what Bahrain mean? Have you ever heard of a country it's called Bahrain? Bahrain. You heard of a country today it's called Bahrain? No? Nobody heard of a country it's called Bahrain? Yeah, it is Bahrain. This is what they are talking about. If you go to the Bahrain, you will see how it looked like. It looked like an island, you know. So the same as Qatar, you know, they are like in like connected to the ground, but they are, it's a conjunction. There is really what's happening there. It's surrounded by water. So the stupid who is mentioning the story here, he is taking, there's a legend, it's called the legend of Gilgamesh. Anyone heard of Gilgamesh? Anyone heard of him? Gilgamesh? It's a Persian legend. In the Persian legends, there is a guy who is supposedly a powerful king or a warrior. He wanna go, wanna live forever. He wanna learn wisdom. He learned that there's something more knowledgeable than him, and he wanna learn from him. And he went there, and he found the, you know, and he wanna find the fountain of life. It's exactly the same story. And then how he found out that this is the fountain of life because he have a fish. It was dead fish, so he wanted to wash it so he can barbecue it. And then when he put the fish in the fountain, the fish came back to life. It's exactly the same story. Muhammad took it and he put it in his Quran. And the story have many names. Like sometime the name changed from Gilgamesh to the other name. The Bent who is the one who reported the Bent in the nation. But this story became very famous in all the way, like what is called Turkey today. It used to be Constantinia, all the way Syria, the Persia, Iraq, all those areas. This story very, very well known. So Muhammad took the story, he put it in his Quran, and now he claimed the one. Who is the one is talking, guys, in this story? Who is the one is talking in this story? Allah. Remember, the one is talking is Allah. So a Muslim, he cannot say to us, oh, you know, this is not true, this is the interpretation. It is not. So Allah told him, take with you a salty fish. Allah told him, when you lose the salty fish, you will know that this is the place where you find the Gilgamesh. You know. So if we continue reading, you will find the story continue. The same as we saw in Ibn Kathir, here we see the stories too. Until you find a rock in which there is a fountain of life. Sprinkle some of the water in the fish. You see here the story changed. You notice the change in the story? In the story of Ibn Kathir, the fish jumped from the vessel and jumped in the spring of water. Here, Allah told him that you take the fish and you wash it with that water from the fountain of life. Sprinkle some of the water in the fish. And I believe he told him some of the water of the fish, because if he gave the fish a lot of water, it might become a jumbo fish. It might become like a huge, big jumbo whale. So some drop of water only, not too much. Okay, be careful. So until it come back to life, there you will meet Al-Khidr. Allah said, And when Musa said into his servant, and guys, look near here, the name of this the name of the servant changed. Do you remember? In the book of Ibn Kathir, his name is Yeshua. Here his name is Shajarada Joshua bin Nun. Bin Nun. But who is Nun? Nun is the name of the whale which is carrying the earth. Guys, do you remember the story of Nun? Anyone here remember the story of Nun? The story of Nun is simple. The Quran speak about a whale. His name is Nun. And this whale, you know what, as long we are here, let us show it to you. As long we are talking about fairy tale stories, I mean, what it's not going to hurt, right? Let us go there. We will go back again to this verse. If we go to chapter 68, verse number 1. Is the text clear? Let me know, please, if you have any difficulty in reading the text. You see, they are calling that they call the servant of Moses, he is the son of Nun. But maybe an average person will not know what he meant by Nun. Why he is the son of Nun? Nun is the whale. Nun is the whale. And from his narration in the authority of Ibn Abbas, which is the cousin of Muhammad, he said regarding the interpretation of Allah saying Nun, Nun, he says, Allah swear by Nun, which is a whale, the whale that carried the earth on its back while in the water. And by the way, this is true. When I used to live in the Middle East, always I used to see the whale carrying the earth. Always we see it there every day. Maybe in your country you don't see it because you guys, you have a bad vision and you are not smart like us, and you know, we can see through the waters. I mean, we can see everything. We are Arab, not like you. Most of you are dumb. We are the smartest. This is why we are busy asking the sheikhs until now, is it okay to shave around the vagina or not? But those Western, they are asking, when are you going to go to Mars? You see how silly you are? You are questioning yourself when you will go to Mars. We are still focusing on the vagina and the hair around the vagina because we are smarter. Why you want to think about Mars? Focus on something real. Now, look at this. So Joshua is the son of Nun. And who is Nun? He is a whale. And what this whale does, he carry the earth. Where? In its back. And this is very logical, because imagine the whale carry it under its belly. That will not make sense. You see how intelligent Allah? MashaAllah. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. And then the story is not over. And beneath what? Beneath the whale, there is a bowl. I'm sure many of you, when you go and dive in the ocean, you heard like a sound like of a bowl. You might think it's a ship passing by. No. Even the ship, you notice that when the big ship go by, it make like a sound. That actually is the echo sound of the ball and the ship trying to copy it so they can go safe, so the ball will not hurt them. So the ball is under the whale. So the whale is carrying the earth, and who is carrying the whale? The ball. And under the ball there is a rock, and under the rock there's a dust. And now here the knowledge of the Arab people like me stop, like turn off. That's it. We cannot go farther because this is very deep, very deep, very deep. I mean, we are talking about like 50 meters down, and none knows what is under the dust save Allah. Wow. I mean, who knows better than Allah? So the knowledge of my people arrive to where? To the dust. We know who is carrying the earth. It's a whale. and that whale, his name is Mr. Noon. By the way, later I'm going to post a picture of me with a selfie with Mr. Noon. He's very handsome and he's very nice whale, and he is the one who carry us all for free. Imagine how beautiful he is. And then under the whale there is a ball. And by the way, according to the Muslim interpretation, why we have earthquake? Who can guess why we have earthquake? Based on this story, anyone can find out why we have earthquake? Because sometime Mr. Ball, he get tired. So what he do? He move the earth from one horn to the other one. Are you getting the idea? What he do? He move. He is carrying the whale in the top of him for years and years, and you know, like, then he get tired. Put yourself in his horn. Let us say you have a horn like him, and then you are carrying the earth for a long time, and you get tired. So what do? So he move, like he pick up uh, the whale, and he move him from one place to other place. And this is why we have earthquake. And I believe this is a very, very scientific explanation. I mean, all of us, we have to agree with this. And actually, I will show you something, but in a second. Hold on. The rock is under, and then the dust, and no one knows what under the dust, save Allah. Then we go with more information. I want people to focus with me. Remember, we will go back to the story of Al-Khadr. We are not done yet. We are not done. All right. So here we will see, he is saying the name of the whale is Lewis. And remember, this is Lewis, Mr. Lewis, not Lewis Farrakhan. Don't go that far. This is not Lewis Farrakhan. This is the name of the whale. Lewis Farrakhan is not our business now. And it said that its name Lutia. And the name of the ball, yeah, is Bahamut. What is the name of the ball? Guys, is my voice clear to you? Bahamut. Now, if we go and search in the internet for Bahamut, what we will find? Anyone knows who is Bahamut? For sure, this is depend in your knowledge. Depend how much knowledge you have. Bahamut simply is nothing but an old god who is a ball who is carrying the earth. Let me see if I can find you something in the internet as an image for Bahamut. I'm sure we will find something. Hold on. Here we go. I found Bahamut. Mr. Bahamut is here with us. Do you see? It's exactly, this is an ancient drawing for Bahamut. You can go to right now to Wikipedia and you can search for Bahamut. Do you see how Bahamut is carrying the whale and then he's carrying the earth? And here you will see a reflection of the whale underneath of the feet of Bahamut. I don't know if it's clear for you. Let us see if we can go. Bahamut This article about the giant fish of Arabian mythology for other uses, Bahamut, etc., Bahamut, Balamuth, whatever, Bahamut, blah 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 blah, you know. Okay, in Arabic mythology, Bahamut is a giant fish acting as one of the layers that support the earth. So you can go and read about it. All right. So this is actually this story here is a clear proof about how far the one who is making Islam or creating Islam is copying from old ancient mythology and making it as if it is real. And the funny, Muhammad, he claimed that this is coming from his God. The one is talking there supposedly is Allah. You know, this is not Muhammad even talking. This is Allah. Let us go back and read more. I'm sure all of you are excited to meet Mr. Noon. All right. No, the ball, he looks sick for you. Okay, don't insult our ball, please. First, he's an Arab like me, and he is from a very well-respected family, and his name is Bahamut. I mean, if his family knows that you're insulting Bahamut, you will not know what will happen to you. So please show respect to Mr. Bahamut. All right, you have a connection. Now look at this. Should we go back to the salty water, or we stay with Bahamut? I think, you know, we learned enough about Bahamut. I don't know. What do you think? You want to continue with Bahamut? We can continue. So here it says, and the name of the ball is Bahamut, and it says its name is Telahut. The name it changed, or Liwana. Now, why the name is changing, by the way? Because the same story is carried by many people, and every people they have their own names. The whale in the sea is called Adwad. Oops! In the beginning it was a Noon. Now his name is Adwad, and it looked like a small ball in a huge sea. The sea is a Hollywood rock, whereby there's 4,000 cracks. From each crack a water spring out of the earth. Until now, scientists, they could not be able to find this information. Why? Because they are ignorant. We the Arab, we are the first to discover where the water is coming from. It's coming from 4,000 cracks under the bowl, which is under the whale, which is beneath us. And this is a very scientific information. Now, if you read the rest of the story is going really more crazy. Look here. And it's also said, what? It's also said that Noon is the name of the Lord. Oops. Look, in the beginning, Noon was the name of Allah. Sorry, it was the name of a whale. And then Noon became the name of Allah. So Allah is a whale. And it stands for the letter Noon in Allah name, Ar-Rahman. And it's also said that Noon is an inkwell. I mean, do you see how clear the Quran is? So in the beginning it was a whale, then it might be the name of Allah, then it might be an inkwell, and Allah swear by the pen. Makes sense. So Allah will not swear by pen, have no ink. Hello. And the pen is made from light. Like, hold on, if the pen is made from light, why need ink? And it's also said, it's not over yet, that pen is one of the angels. Oh boy, the pen himself is an angel. The pen himself is an angel whom Allah has sworn Allah swear by anything. He swear by the fig, by olive, by anything. So here we see how much fantasy we have in the Quran, and I'm sure all of you are amused. Now let us go back. Let us go back to the story of the fish who fell in the fountain of life. I am sure many of you, especially the old guys, I am young, I'm still 17. So all of you, the old guys, you wish to all to get young like me. Now, do you know what? Do you know why the secret? I am 17. I was 17 20 years ago, and I am 17 still today. Usually, I don't like to share my secrets, but because I was able to drink from the water of life. All right. So you believe it or not, that's what happened. Now we go back to the fountain of life. Oh, hold on. Let me drink some water from it. Oh, bye. Guys, I'm getting so young. What? I became one day old baby. I drank too much water. You see, this is why in the tafsir here it says sprinkle some drops of water, not too much, because if you drop too much water, the fish might disappear. It might go back to that stage of being an egg. You know what I mean? Because if you drop too much water, the fish might go back to the stage of being an egg, will not be a fish no more. Because remember, the fish, because before it was a fish, became a fish, it was an egg. So too much water will make you a baby or maybe an egg in the case of the fish. This is why it says, and you find a rock which is the fountain of life, spring some of the water in the fish. Some. Be careful. Okay? It's like you are in the laboratory. You put the fish in front of you and you be careful. 1 drop, 2 drop, that's it. That's it. Stop. Because a 3 drop, you might make the fish go back to the stage of being a baby. Now, until it come back to life. There you will meet Al-Khidr. Allah said, and when Musa said into his servant, and his name Shajadara, Joshua, the first name looked like an Indian, Joshua bin Nun, an Israelite nobleman. So even the servant of Moses, he is not just a servant, he is a nobleman. You know, this Moses, they don't accept normal servants. You have to be a nobleman to serve him. He was a servant in the sense that he kept his company and saved him. Wow. And then, I will not give up until I reach the point where the 2 rivers meet. Hold on, now it became a river. But in the Quran it says 2 seas. Where just in the same line it says 2 seas. How here he says 2 rivers? Unbelievable. And then look, he says the 2 rivers meet, and then he says, which is the description of the river for him, which is the Persian Gulf and the Mediterranean Sea. We continue. Should we go back to Ibn Kathir? Let us go back to Ibn Kathir. In Ibn Kathir, we find the following. So the fish, it was in the vessel of Yeshua. This is where we stopped last time, remember. Upon him, peace upon him, and it jumped out of the vessel toward the seas. Yeshua woke up, and the fish fell into the water and started to swim through the water, leaving the track or the channel or a canal behind. Here the story became so complicated. Here it's dangerous. Have you ever heard of a fish you were reading Quranic text? Not a bit. No, we are reading both. You see here when they quote for you, when there's a quotation, that is the Quran, and then there is the interpretation. However, we can go in the Quran and we will find almost the same thing. Here there's more details, is not exist in the Quran. Now look what happened. Have you ever heard of a fish when the fish is living in the water, she will leave a track? Okay, I'm reading Ibn Kathir right now. Guys, Ibn Abbas is fabricated. Ibn Abbas is the cousin of Muhammad. And if Ibn Abbas is fabricated, why Ibn Kathir is saying the same? Truth seeker, Mr. Truth Seeker, do you care to call me life? Truth seeker, do you care to call me life and people they can hear us both? What do you say? Do you care, or let us say it more clear, do you dare to call me life and prove me wrong in what I'm saying? You know, guys, isn't it funny that the Muslims, they are brave in text, but they don't dare to debate me? Call me and let everybody hear your voice and hear the truth from you. If I'm lying, I'm showing you. This is your Muslim website. This is your Muslim website, and this is the book of Ibn Kathir, and this is the book of Ibn Abbas, and we can go to Al-Jalalain, and we can go to Al-Qurtubi, and we can go to Al-Tabari. Which one you want? Yeah, now he played dead. He's not even moving his tail. Suddenly he don't want to text no more. We can open any interpretation you want. All of them, they are Islamic and they are your scholars. I am not saying one word of mine. And people here, they know me. I don't say my own words. I always read what is written in front of them in the screen. And look, now he is so quiet. He is not even texting. Go to the original Quran. Are you sure? Abdul, are you sure? If we go to the original Quran, you will not be upset? Okay, I will go. Guys, hold on. I will go to the original Quran. I mean, let us, customers come first. Customers come first. All right. This is the original Quran. Chapter 18, verse number 60. Click, click. Click, click. We did a click. But when they reached the junction, they forgot their fish. Guys, we are reading what now? The original Quran. So you have no excuse. Huh? Not 16. 60. 18, 60. Not 16. Not 16. We are reading chapter 18, verse number 60. Let us make it more clear. So when they arrived the junction of the two seas, they forgot their fish, which took a course through the sea, straight in a tunnel. A tunnel? Guys, the fish, they forgot their fish, but the fish is dead, and now the fish is swimming. Okay, based on the Quran, how the fish which is dead is taking their way to the sea? Mr. Abdul, explain to us what happened. Can you? Don't play dead on me now. How the fish is dead and now the fish is swimming to the sea? You see, guys, he changed the topic. You see, cowards, we are talking about it. Look, he asked me to go to the Quran and now he is posting a verse have nothing to do with our topic. Let us go back. Forget about the Abdul. We thought he have the courage to focus and speak with us and show us if we are wrong. And then you will see that when he replied, he asked him, "Where is the fish?" Musa, he asked, he asked his, when he is going in the trip, when they check their fish, he told him, where is the fish? He said, "Oh, indeed I forgot the fish, and Shaitan made me forget the fish." Let me block this Abdul, because obviously he is here just to disturb us from our topic. He don't want us to talk about it. You notice that? This is why he's posting things that have nothing to do with our topic. I will block you. I'm giving you a warning, Abdul. If you don't focus with us on the same topic, I will block you. If you think you can take us away from the topic, you are wrong. So Shaitan, he made him forget his fish, and then what happened? They follow the track of the fish. Have you ever heard of a fish leaving a track? Have you ever see a fish leaving a track? Any Muslim can tell us how the fish is leaving a track? So they went back, and they're following their steps, following the path where they came from. All right. So they found our servant, one whom he bestowed mercy from ourselves. So now they found Al-Khadr. So what the story of the fish here is about? The fish leave a track in the sea, as you see in verse number 61. It leave a track like a tunnel. Have you ever heard a fish open a tunnel in the sea? Any Muslim want to answer? How the fish leave a tunnel in the sea? How this happened? And how Moses he followed the fish? That means Moses he was walking in the sea, because the fish is in the sea. Any Muslim have an answer? When Moses he decided to go and find what happened, what he did, he followed the tunnel. Which tunnel? Which is left by the fish. Remember, I'm reading now from the Quran. I'm not reading from the interpretation. If we go to the interpretation, let us do that. We will find the following. You know the funny about Muslims, when you read for them from their books, they say to you, don't read from our books. I mean, like what? Why I should not read from your books? So I should read from where? There's no translation for this verse. Oh, not Al-Qalam, sorry. We should go to 18. Hold on. Do you see how funny they are? When you say to them, this is what the Quran mean, they say to you, no, you have to go and see the interpretation of the scholars. Then we go and read the interpretation of the scholars. Then they say, no, we don't accept the interpretation of the scholars. So who are you to explain to us the Quran then? Read with me. So when they reach the junction between the two seas, Joshua, he forgot their fish. Joshua forgot his luggage, leaving it behind. The guy, he not only forget the fish, he forget the luggage. And then Moses forgot to remind him, so both of them they forgot. So the fish made its way to the sea. What? That it formed it through God forming by borrowing, that is like through borrow, which is a passage as long and enclosed. So what I understand from this, that the fish open a way in the sea. It's like a road. And it was so, was so because God exalted be he, held back the flow of the water, preventing it from engulfing. I'm not sure if I'm saying the word. I don't really, you know, my English is not my first language. Fish and in it water withdraw from it, from around it, the fish, and reminds thus like a cliff without closing, and that was beneath it the cliff stood still. So what happened when the fish was swimming in the ocean, my friend? What happened? The fish opened a tunnel in the water, and the water will not go close in the top of her track, because Allah kept the water edges far away from the tunnel, so it became a road, so Moses can walk in there. Guys, remember this guy, he said to us, Ibn Abbas is not accepted. We are reading now from Al-Jalalain. Do you see it? So what he will say now? Al-Jalalain is not accepted too. If we go to Ibn Kathir, he will say Ibn Kathir is not accepted too. You see how dumb this religion is? If you give interpretation by your own, they will say no to you. No, you cannot do that. You have to go by the scholars. Okay, which scholar you want? We are showing you in the front of your eyes in the screen, and this guy in the text is going crazy because he cannot handle it. It's hurting him, showing that Islam is a stupid religion. And the funny, he says to me, you do not know any language. Your prophet do not know even how to read his name. At least I know languages. And your prophet don't even have 1% of my knowledge. What are you talking about? That's why I'm getting him busted. So as you see here, guys, this is the Muslim interpretation, not mine. And now he want to talk about Matthew and about peace. Coward, like your prophet. You want to change the topic. Let me put him in a mute so he don't take us from our topic. Let's go back, guys. This guy is a joke. So as you see, the fish leave behind a track like a road. If we go to Ibn Kathir, this is Ibn Kathir. Look what happened in Ibn Kathir. So when he woke up, okay, the fish left a track as it were a rock. What? The fish took away through the sea as in a tunnel. Who is saying that? This is the Quran. Interpretation. How is that? What tunnel? In the ocean, the fish is going through a tunnel. So he's saying it left a trace as it were a rock, which is like going through a tunnel. So when he passed farther on, mean past the place where they had forgotten the fish, both of them, they went there, and they found the track of the fish, which is like a rock inside the sea. So wherever the fish swim in the sea, behind the fish, wherever the fish goes, it turned to be a rock, like a road. So they keep walking. Like, look, now he's talking about something else. So they keep walking until they found the guy who his name is Al-Khadr, as we see here just a few lines after. So they follow the track of the fish, this fish wherever it goes. By the way, this is very useful fish if we can use it. I mean, yesterday I saw like there's a tourist ship, they were trying to save the tourist from the ship who was drowned in the water. And imagine if we have a fish like this. So because all what we need, we order the fish to swim, sorry, in the direction of the boat, and then we will have a road made from rock, and we can drive our cars and save them. All right. So anyway, they follow the track of the fish, which is a road made from rocks, and then when they keep going, it's end where they found our servant. Who is the servant they are talking about? Is the Prophet Al-Khadr, who he is the one who drank from the water of life, and this is why he was called the Prophet Al-Khadr. Now I can keep reading the story more and more. I mean, it's continue in the page in the front of us, and obviously there's nothing there except stupid stories. I mean, look at this. Look. So Moses took a fish and put it in a vessel and set out along with his boy servant Yeshua bin Nun, peace upon him, till they reached the rock which they both lay down. And there it took very through the sea, the fish, as a tunnel. Allah stopped the flow of the water in both sides of the way by the fish. So wherever the fish goes, Allah will not allow the water. It's like this fish is like a torpedo. You know the torpedo? The one is used by the submarine. And it split the water, and then, but what Allah will do will not allow the water to come back, so Moses can walk there. Isn't it amazing? Let me see what the flat is saying. Hold on. Look what Yeshua or whatever says. Satan made me forget. Remember, no only made him forget, but also he made him remember what he for. Yeah. Anyway, so come on, don't be too much on the Abduls. Come on, just be merciful. Okay, then, so in that way, it is like a tunnel. When Moses got up, his companion forget to tell him about the fish. So they carried on their journey during the rest of the day and the whole night. But next morning, Moses asked his servant, "Bring me the fish. It's our morning meal. Truly, we have suffered much fatigue in this our journey." This is how they remember the fish, because they want to eat it. But remember, in the beginning they said that Allah ordered him to carry a salted fish. When the fish is missing, they will find out that this is the place where they are going to find the Al-Khadr. So why Moses is trying to eat the fish if this is the only GPS they have? I mean, do you see how stupid the author of the book? You know what I mean, guys? How he said to them, carry. You remember, if we go back, you will see it says that Allah, he ordered them to carry a salted fish. And when they lose the salted fish, you know, then this is the sign where they should find the place. You remember? I hope your memory is good. You know, read with me here. He had been commanded to carry a salted fish with him, and it had been said to him, when you lose the fish, that will be a sign you have reached the right place. All right. Now, how here down in the same page, in the same book, in the same stupid writer, he says to us that he ordered his boy to bring him the fish to eat it. If you eat it, you will never find the place anymore. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I give up. I give up. I seriously give up. I'm going to convert to Islam. Let me say shahada. Let me say shahada, shahada, shahada. I witness that there is no God but the fish, and this is a very fishy, stupid religion. I mean, it's like, wow, how smart to be a Muslim. And you know, the Muslim, they have like thousands and thousands of videos in YouTube about science in the Quran. What? Science in the Quran. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. And you know, I have a book, right? I made a book about it. Actually, in both books, I have Deception of Allah and Qur'an and Science in Depth. Both of them, they speak about science in the Quran, because simply it's not a science. It is the most stupid statement to say that Muslims, they have science in the Quran. So if you want to learn, you can go and get my book, The Deception of Allah. And the second book, actually, this is used to be one book. I divided into two because it became so huge. So The Deception of Allah and Quran in Science and Depth, both of them, they speak about the science of the Quran, which is claimed by the Muslims, and get the Muslims busted big deal. I cannot believe how a Muslim, he tried to fabricate and say to us that in his religion and in the book of Allah, there is something is called science. This is why I advise people, like, if you wanna show somebody how stupid Islam is, just download this video, save it in your computer, post it in your Google Drive, post it in your YouTube for free. You do not need to be a super intelligent after you learn this to prove to anyone that Islam is nothing but a fiction, lie, stupid. Not only teach violence and hate and crime act, but it is the book of fictions and stupidity. Now, if there is any Muslim, he have the courage and the knowledge to debate me, please feel free. I would like to see a brave Muslim, he dare to debate me. As you see, those cowards, they only brave to debate those who know nothing about Islam. The second they notice that you know, they will flee. In the best scenario, they will act like a salty dead fish. Like Shabir Ali, you ask him, do you believe in the flying carpet, brother? Then he starts saying to you, you know, God, he can do everything, and you know, but he will not answer. He will never answer a question. If anyone, he is a Muslim, and he think I'm not being fair, please, you can call me live right now. You see, We have no fear. Whatever you mention to me, I will show in the screen. If you have reference, you can give it to me. We will post it on the screen. Everybody, let everybody read. I never spoke about Islam from my own mouth, which means from my own words. And then the story goes, and very funny. Like as an example, guys, in the story, in the Quran, Moses and this guy Al-Khadr, they took a ship. They took what? They took a ship. Remember, Moses is going with this guy because he want to learn from him wisdom. Because Moses said to him, as you see here, may I follow thee on the footing that thou teach me something of the higher truth? Because remember, this guy, he was given an amazing knowledge by Allah himself. So Moses looked like he's an idiot next to him. Like this guy is super smart, super knowledgeable. So he's asking permission to Al-Khadr, can I go with you, please, so I can learn? So he said, sure, but you will not be able to be patient to handle it. And Al-Khadr, he warned Moses, if you cannot be patient, I will kick your ass. So look here, Moses, he promised that he will be patient and he will obey him. So they keep going in their trip. And then, so both of them, they proceed until they were a boat. And then Al-Khadr, he tried to drown the boat. Like, what the heck? A guy, he is in the boat. Why he is trying to drown the boat? Supposedly this is the guys, this is the wise guy. Have you ever heard of somebody going in a boat, he tried to drown the boat he is in? Where is the wisdom? You will die. If we go to the interpretation of this story, you will find the following. We can use Ibn Kathir. Let's go there. Guys, should we continue or enough for today? Should we continue or enough for today? Let me know. Are we tired? Because I know that I am the one who's talking and I am the one who is using his brain, but people are the one who get tired, not me. All right. So now Al-Khadr and Moses, they walk together, and Moses, he promised him he will obey. Look what Moses says to Al-Khadr. You will find my patient, I will not disobey you. Al-Khadr said to him, then if you follow me, ask me not about anything till I myself mention it to you. So what the question? No questions. Whatever you see, don't ask until I tell you from my own. So they set out walking along the shore until a boat passed by, and they asked the crew to let them on the board. That's wonderful. The crew recognized Al-Khadr and they allowed him to go in the boat for free of charge. By the way, this happened to me always. I go, like, I use USA airline, Canadian airline, Osama bin Laden airline. Wherever I go, they give me the airline for free. Like, I mean, what, they recognize him? Anyway, continue. He's a famous. He go on TV every day. When they went in the board, suddenly Moses, he saw Al-Khadr. He had bowled out one of the planks of the ship. with an adze or like a hammer. Moses said to him, those people gave us a ride and you have broken their boat. Like Moses, like, what the heck? Those people, they allowed us to jump in their boat and now you are making a hole in it. Their boat, so that is people will drown. Verily you have done a terrible thing, a terrible thing. So what Moses says to Al-Khadr, you idiot, why you are making a hole in the boat? Are you crazy? At least we are inside the boat, we will die all of us. Remember, Al-Khadr is the wise man of Allah. He have the wisdom of Allah. And Moses could not believe it that Al-Khadr is doing that. By the way, the question mark you see here, that's because I think the Arabic text is not coming correctly in the website. The page have a problem in playing the Arabic font. Anyway, so here you will see Moses, he broke his first promise. He promised him he will not question, and he promised him he will not ask anything about why he is doing that. He broke it right away. Then Al-Khadr, he said to him, didn't I tell you that you would not be able to have patience with me? Moses said, call me not to account for what I forgot. This Moses is really stupid. He keep forgetting things. And be not hard upon me for my affair with you. Then the story continue. In the first instance, Moses asked Al-Khadr about because he had forgotten his promise. Then a bird, what? A bird came and sat on the edge of the boat, dipping its beak once or twice in the sea. Really? Hold on. Lord have mercy. How big this bird who can step on the top of a ship and his head can go in the water from the ship? I mean, that's an amazing. I mean, how big this bird is. Anyone who use a bad language in the chat, I will block you. Be careful. All right? We don't tolerate stupidity here. The only stupid one is allowed to be in my chat is the Muslims. And we will be patient with them, the same as Moses is, as same as Al-Khadr is being patient with Moses. But don't ever use a bad language. Now read with me what happened. Al-Khadr said to Moses, my knowledge and your knowledge is compression to Allah knowledge. Is like what this bird has taken out of the sea. Look how deep the wisdom, guys. Look how deep. So Moses, he told him what this bird he took from the water. Moses says to him, what me and you knowledge together is the same as what this bird took from the ocean. Allah knowledge is big. That's why he believed that there is a Bahamut carrying a whale in the top of him, and the earth is a flat. All right. Then both disembarked from the boat, and while they were walking in the shore, Al-Khadr saw a boy playing with other boys. Al-Khadr took hold of the boy, and his head and pull it off. Man, oh man. ISIS again. Al-Khadr doing what? Al-Khadr, he saw a boy playing with other boys. So what Al-Khadr he did? He hold his head between his hands and he pull it off as like a chicken, like a bird. You see how strong Al-Khadr is? He can pull the head of a child by holding him from his neck, like he took the head off. And then he put it off with his hands, killing him. Moses, he could not take it no more. He said to him, have you killed an innocent person who had killed none? This is the second mistake Moses is doing. Remember, Khadr told him, you should not ask me questions. Later I will tell you. Verily you have committed a nukr, a munkar, which means like something bad. He said, Al-Khadr, didn't I tell you you would not be able to have patience with me? So the second time, for the second time, Moses, he loses patience. Let us continue. Now Moses, he said to him, oh please, please, please forgive me. If I ask you one more time, if I ask you anything after this, keep me not of your company. So Moses now made a promise, serious one. This is the last time, forgive me, all right? And I will have no excuse for asking you ever again. Please let me walk with you. So then they both proceed until they come to people of a town. They ask them for food. They refuse to entertain them. Then they found there a wall on a point of falling down. Al-Khadr set it up straight with his own hands. Musa says to him, we came to those people, but they are neither fed us nor receive us as a guest, and you are, and surely you could have taken wages for it. So Musa is saying, why you are fixing the wall for those people who they are not nice to us? So Al-Khadr, he cannot take it no more, because this is the third time he is asking questions. So Al-Khadr, he said to him, this is parting between you and me. That's it. We will not go together. I will tell you the interpretation of those things over which you were unable to be patient. So Messenger of Allah said, which means Moses, all right, so what is the interpretation of this? So he start now telling him the interpretation. What is the interpretation? Then Musa set out with him was his boy servant Yeshua bin Nun. They had the fish with them, and they had reached the rock, compared as Moses, etc. Never changed. Okay, touch the fish, the servant. I don't know why it goes going back. I mean, what's wrong with this interpretation? Guys, we did read the story already. Why he's going back? Anyway, just to make the story short, Moses, he was kicked out of the class. Moses could not continue with Al-Khadr. Al-Khadr kicked his butt and he told him, that's it, get out of here, stupid idiot. And then before he go, he said, okay, but now I will tell you before you go why I did. Regarding the damaging of the boat, I made a hole in it. Why? Because there is a king who will come and he will steal their boat. What? I mean, do you see how smart Al-Khadr is? Al-Khadr, he's God. He knew what will happen in the future. So he decided to make a hole in the boat. So he says to him, so they went in the board ship as described, the hadith quoted above. The crew recognized Al-Khadr, etc., etc., and then etc. He make a hole in it, and Moses, he could not. He said, what you are doing? You have damaged it, and those people will drown. And then He told him, you did something very bad, something evil. And Al-Khadr, he said to him, the reason and the purpose of for it you do not know about. He said, so Musa's, he do not know why this guy is doing this. He's confused, like why we are in a boat and you are trying to make a hole in it, and you did make a hole in it. So he said, well, this boat is going to be controlled by a guy who is a king. He steals boats, so if he pass by, he will see that their boat have a hole in it and he will not take it. You see the wisdom? So guys, if you have a car, and you are, or if you have a boat and you are going in the ocean, and we see the pirate of the Caribbean coming to us, what we should do? We should make a hole in the boat. Then Jack Sparrow, he will see the hole in the boat and he said, don't take it. It's a bad boat. Let us look for a different one. So Al-Khadr, he made a hole in the boat so the king or the thief or the pirate will not take it. Regarding the boy who he killed, this boy was going to be a bad boy. He will disobey his parents and he will leave Islam. So we decide to kill him. And by the way, the Muslim, they say to us, in Islam we are not allowed to kill children. But the Quran praising killing a child, and according to the Quran, Allah is the one who ordered Al-Khadr to kill this child, for he, yes, he did not commit any sin yet, he did not do any wrong yet, but in the future he will do, which means in Islam you can be punished for the future, not for the past. And this is a contradiction for other verses in the Quran where it says that you will be punished for your sin you did, not the punish is the sin you will do. And this is the contradiction for the Quran who says that Allah is the one who decides your destiny, because if this guy his destiny to leave Islam, why you want to kill him before even he do it? The boy, he was killed by taking his head off from, if you go in the interpretation in different place, you will see the following. If we go to verse number 80, all right, it says why he did kill him. If you go to verse number 74, it says how he killed him. So according to the interpretation of Al-Jalalain, so when they went out of the ship, they woke and they found a boy playing with other boys. It's a boy playing with other boys. Let me make the screen bigger so you can read it better. So Al-Khadr, he slew him by slitting his throat with a knife while he lay down, or by tearing his head off with his hands, or by smashing his head against the wall. And if you ask any Muslim, he will say to you, Islam is against killing of a children when this killing is done by Allah, and the Prophet of Allah, Musa's, is learning from the Prophet of Allah, Al-Khadr, that this is the wise thing to do, to kill a child. And this child is a child of a Muslim family. Anyway, guys, I hope you did learn something good for today. Did we have a good knowledge? Did we share with you something good? I don't forget, please, those who are watching us for the first time, to subscribe to our YouTube. And there is something you need to know about my YouTube. I am not the same of those people who get upset if you download my videos and you share it. I don't do that. I don't really care. Actually, I like you to download my videos and post them anywhere you wish, because what we do here is not for my glory, not for a Christian Prince. You don't even know me. I don't even show my face. What we do here is sharing the truth, and the truth is priceless. You see, there's many things go through in your life. They can be useful, they can be useless. You can spend the $10,000 to go on vacation. Yes, you have time, but all what you will come with is some pictures and some memories. But knowledge is the only thing will give your life a value, because wherever you go, when you speak, people, they will hear a person of knowledge talking, not an idiot. So knowledge is the most amazing thing we can have and enjoy. We get old, we lose our health, we lose our good looking, we lose how we used to be when we are youth. We cannot run as before, but knowledge is the one will keep you alive. It's the one will make you feel different, because wherever you go, people will show too much respect for you, because your knowledge will speak out. Actually, you as a person will change inside you. This is why I believe that knowledge is priceless. So nobody can fool us with a flying carpet, and nobody can lie to us and tell us about a God who will give us a flying carpet. By the way, we did not talk about the flying carpet. Maybe the next broadcasting we will talk about it. All right, because the flying carpet is an amazing story too, you know, which is going to carry 600,000 chairs and all the camels and the donkeys and the, you know, the goats and the cows of the King Solomon in the top of one flying carpet. And by the way, this is just a secret between me and you and YouTube and Twitter and Facebook. My dad, he used to have a flying carpet too, and he used to take us, all of us, like we are a small family, like we are 90,000 people. We used to go in the top of a flying carpet, and we go like this. Is why I've been around the world. We never paid for an airline ticket. We use in the Middle East only flying carpet. This is why in the Middle East until now we do not need to manufacture airplanes, because all of us, we use a flying carpet. So knowledge is very important. Will change you, will change your life, and will change the people who they are around you. And we are sharing it with you for free. So help us by sharing the video. That will not cost you any money. You can download the video, you can subscribe, you can tell your friends, and if you like to donate, there is a link underneath for donation. But I know nobody like to donate. It's okay, only few. But still, don't be cheap to the point you will not even share a link or download a video or tell your friends about what we do. And if you like to invite me to your church or institute to do a seminars about Islam, I will be happy to do so. And remember, I do it for free. We are not doing business here. We are doing it for free. So if you like to invite me to your church, and trust me, your church will love it, because simply it is kind of comedy. Let us say it's like a stand-alone comedy, but it is serious, with knowledge, not waste of time of stupid talk. Right? This is the difference. There's people, they go to watch a stand-alone comedy, which is a waste of time, using filthy language. I don't know. I don't even find it funny. Here, it's a knowledge which is funny and will show you a lot of things which you are not aware of. So I want to say thank you for being with us, and thank you for your support, for those who download and share and subscribe, and for those who help us with donation. May the Lord bless you all. Until we see you maybe tomorrow again, the Lord is willing, I say to you, God bless. Christ is Lord, Islam is false. Amen to that. And see you soon again. Bye-bye.